everybody. This is Daylon Morrow back again with another episode of the Mind of a Filmmaker Podcast. And today we have a special guest, my guy Frank Alexander.
Hey, how you doing, Daylon?
How you doing? How you doing?
Well, good to be here.
Thank you, sir. All right, so today we're just gonna talk. So my first question is, as we all know, or some of you know that watches the podcast, that Frank is an animator. Okay, so my first question to you, sir, is, did you go to school for animation?
Yes, I did actually.
Where'd you go?
I went to this place called the Art Institute of Ohio, Cincinnati. Community college of sorts.
Yeah. So I've heard of that. Was that a good school? Honestly, like, did you think?
I like the people there.
Uh-huh.
I still connect with the people there. Some of the teachers were fine, but it wasn't the right school for any of us. We all got screwed over in like 2015, so they had to force us all to graduate early. Some of us didn't even get to, that kind of thing. So some of the classes weren't even worth it.
Because whenever I heard about the Art Institute, it was more of, like, I guess, what is it? Not clothes design, but design, like, design clothes and.
It was a bunch of different things. It was culinary, fashion design, animation, and I think video editing and such, graphic design, all that kind of stuff.
So you said you graduated in 2015. You were forced to graduate.
No, I didn't even get to graduate.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I didn't get to graduate.
But you knew enough to do what you're doing now.
Yeah, I started doing that kind of animation, I think back in 2008. That's when I first got introduced to YouTube. Somewhat. I was kind of learning the ropes. I've seen people doing like these animations with Transformers figures, and I'm just like, wow, that's really cool. I kind of want to do it myself. And obviously I started out kind of trash at first, but I've started gradually getting better because I've seen some of my old videos. They're not good. Not good at all.
Do you post, I know that you have some on your YouTube page. Do you still have, like, your very first one, or did you trash that one too?
Yes, I do have my very first
Is it on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll plug the YouTube and your social medias later.
Yes.
So my next question is, so with the animation and stuff, do you see yourself in the near future working for someone else and, like, doing it, or do you just want to do it on your own?
Kind of want to do it on my own, because you never know. Anybody could call you, anybody could not call you, but for the time being, I just want to focus on doing it myself.
I mean, yeah, you can do it yourself, but I'm like, I think that would be a dope little come up if, like, Disney or someone's like, hey.
Or WB.
Or
WB is one of my favorite movie
companies.
companies.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
Dang.
Warner Brothers.
I'm thinking about the TV.
not the WB.
The WB. Or the CW, one of the two.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
But no, Warner Brothers is one of my favorite animation companies of all time, giving us great classics like Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, all those great cartoons.
Very classic.
Like, one of the first movies I watched from them as a child was Space Jam, and that was one of the few movies that got me into animation, because I had a thing where I would rewind certain scenes and I would watch them frame by frame. And it just, my love for animation just kind of went from there. And I was always on Cartoon Network when I was a kid.
So would you rather do, like, paper and pen animation, or would you like to do the stop motion stuff that you...
The stop motion.
Okay.
Although the paper and pen would be kind of cool too.
Yeah,
I would have done like a flash animation once or twice.
I could see you doing like animation, like 2D pen and paper animation and stuff.
Like, if I put together a flash animation with some stick figures, I could probably do that.
Probably.
And the thing is, I can draw, but I can't like animate a full body yet, because I didn't get to take that class when I was in college.
All right, so since you brought up Space Jam, since you started Space Jam, let's talk about the sequel.
Where to begin with this movie?
Man, so as I went to go see it. I saw it once on HBO Max. You went to go see it in
Yeah,
theaters.
I saw it in the theater, and then I watched it again on HBO Max.
Okay.
So I've seen it twice by now.
So I don't know where to start because where do you want to start?
Well, let's talk about LeBron himself.
LeBron versus MJ.
Yeah, LeBron versus MJ, because I know the first one has a lot of Jordan fans, and they don't want LeBron being Michael Jordan, or they think LeBron's going to try and be Michael Jordan. And I'm just like, guys, they're two different people. I don't think LeBron's trying to be Michael. He's just trying to be him.
He's being him with the opportunity he is given as the lead of Space Jam.
That's like the people who didn't give Will Smith a chance when he was the genie, because Robin Williams made a stamp on that character. And we all know Robin Williams is iconic as that character, rest his soul.
Right.
And Will Smith did the thing too. I don't know if we can curse on here, so I'm just trying to...
you're good. Yeah.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. LeBron did a good job. He's kind of... I don't know. I'm trying to say something about his acting, but he's not bad at this role because he's basically playing himself.
Right.
Whereas Michael Jordan, he didn't really have the acting chops to be in a movie. And athletes in movies, they can be either hit or miss.
At all.
He said it himself in this movie. They don't mix.
Yeah, so when I watched LeBron, so we both grew up on the original Space Jam. Mm-hmm. And I think at the time we didn't really understand like what was good acting with an athlete and what's bad. So we really couldn't. So we can't say anything about Michael Jordan or whatever. But compared to LeBron, I think he did a lot work. Like he wasn't as good as LeBron acting wise. He brought some kind of energy to the character that he plays, if anything. I think as I remember back to that movie, Michael Jordan was pretty much being himself.
Yeah, and
just interacting with the
green screen,
with the green screen and stuff.
Right.
So he was kind of cut and dry. He was going through the motions and playing basketball at the same time. So if I had to really pick which side I was on, I would say LeBron.
Yeah, acting wise, I'd also say LeBron. But game wise, like leading the tunes, I'd have to say Michael. Like LeBron.
LeBron. They took a lot of jabs at him also in the movie too.
They sure did. They called him Cleveland. They say he ran out of teams to play for.
They were just taking jabs at him.
There were so many jabs.
And then in the serious points of the movie, they were still taking jabs at him because they were like, we can't beat you. Beat you.
Right. You take this. He took that game way too seriously, and that almost cost them the game. So, yeah, I definitely have to go with Michael in terms of the game. In terms, what the fuck?
In terms,
you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But there were some times where I was just like, LeBron, you can't let.
This isn't Cleveland. This isn't Cleveland.
Oh, this isn't Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But you can't make everybody be you. This goes out to pretty much anybody, but besides LeBron. But you can't force anybody to be you. You can only be who you are.
Right.
And the Looney Tunes,
have
to be loony. Because when they came out for that second half, they were getting turned.
Yeah.
They weren't playing around.
Not at all. So talked about Michael Jordan versus MJ, or Michael Jordan versus LeBron. What else was we talking about? And then, so the story-wise, I think the story was a lot different than what we, grew up on, because I think they actually took, or for Michael Jordan's story, they took, I guess, just a small piece of
Michael Jordan's
actual life, like what he was doing, like in his career, and just ran with it. They took the part where he
went home and he was talking to his family.
No, what about him retiring and playing baseball?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that was the piece of his actual career that they
made into the movie.
And so in this one, and then that's it. That's all they really put in it.
Right.
to make it Michael Jordan's story. But then with this one,
we get to see LeBron actually interact with his family and try to teach his sons, in quotations,
right, his son, yeah,
and about basketball. And his younger son Dom doesn't want to be about that, but
he wants to be, but he wants to do.
He wants to do his own thing.
Right.
He's not a hacker. He's a gamer. He makes games.
Yeah.
I was about to say the wrong thing, but the one thing they both did start on was like a montage of both of them like playing games
through their career.
Right.
Yeah. And that was kind of the cool thing that they kind of merged, they matched together.
Right.
That I loved when I saw the beginning.
Same. Now, See Me Fly in A New Legacy, that was a pretty good song. I've had that in my head for the past few days.
Is that the one? That's the one. Oh, the montage. That. Okay,
yeah, that's the montage song. Whereas it's a good song, but I don't think any opening song is gonna top the Quad City DJs from the 5 movie.
That's what when we was at work that one time.
Right.
I was just dancing up a storm.
Because that song gets you pumped. It gets you pumped.
I'm pretty sure if I just play it right now, somebody will just start dancing.
Right. Somebody's gonna just start getting up and dancing.
Yeah. So story wise, going back to the story, so they made in LeBron's story, they really just made it more realistic, I guess, like family and it had an actual backstory versus.
Never turn your back on family.
Don't say.
If you know, you know.
Right. If you know, you know. If you don't know,
then go watch a Fast and Furious movie.
Just watch a Fast and Furious movie. That's pretty much the inside joke between everybody that probably watched Fast 9 and Space Jam together.
And seen all the memes at this point.
All of the memes.
So many of them.
It's so many. So in the movie itself, in the New Legacy movie, there were a lot more Easter eggs within the movie.
Yeah, and people have argued.
Warner Brother
properties.
Yeah.
People have argued that this movie is basically just one giant advertisement for WB, and I can kind of see that. Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm. And it's
there. It's like in your face with it.
Yeah, when he turned into the cartoon character and he falls from the sky and
the Nike logo.
The Nike logo there. Right there.
I'm not gonna lie, I found that funny.
It was funny, but ironic because that was definitely a major product placement.
Right. That was.
I think that was the only one, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
That was the only actual product placement versus the other.
Unless you count like Foghorn Leghorn squeezing Gossamer, and he's the quicker picker upper.
Oh yeah.
But that one goes by so quick you don't really.
Yeah, you don't really pay attention.
Pay attention to it.
I went to school. I went to UC Blue Ash. So like it was pretty much a semester, maybe a whole school year, and we just learned about product placements and stuff like that. And so in movies too. So it's like I definitely saw that right away.
Right.
So I thought that it was the Nike logo, it was the quicker picker upper, and I want to say it's the one where the coyote launches himself out of the
launcher.
Yeah, I don't know. Was that a name brand?
The Acme launcher?
Was it Acme? I thought it was like another.
That was just King James.
Okay, that was his signature.
Like the Acme multiplier King James edition. Speaking of Wile E. Coyote, he's one of the MVPs of this movie because had he not pulled that thing out, they would have never caught up with the goons.
Nah,
never.
What did you think about the new goons versus the old goons?
They'll never top the Monstars, but they were kind of fun actually.
Yeah,
I like them. They had some pretty unique designs to them.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis especially.
The big hawk or something like that.
The brow. They basically did him dirty with that whole design.
Man, I thought that was cool how he just made everybody like a specific animal.
Right. I think Arachnica and White Mamba were what's her name? Diana Taurasi was the snake-like one.
Yeah.
They had some cool designs.
Yeah.
And then Kronos, that was Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
He had a pretty cool scene with
Dame Time.
Dame Time.
I'm like, are you big into basketball?
Not really, but I know some.
You know the names of people, okay?
Because I was in the theater, and it got to the scene where Dom was talking to the other basketball players, and I think Dame said something like, "I'm a shooter" or some shit, and then somebody behind me or in front of me, I couldn't tell. Somebody audibly said, "No." I was like, "Who said that?" I think it was my sister's husband because he was directly behind me. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it was Dame Lillard, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, and then
Diana Taurasi.
Who is she in the WNBA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know who
the other black.
NECA.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name's NECA. I don't know her last name.
Okay.
I can't say it.
I didn't recognize. I recognized all the men that was in the lineup, but then I'm like, I want to say the Mamba, the White Mamba, was somebody, but I don't think that was her. I think that was somebody new. And then I just didn't.
White Mamba was Diana Taurasi.
Do you watch the WNBA too?
No, but I looked her up before.
Okay, I'm like, I don't know anybody in the WNBA.
Whereas I think the Monstars, just like the Goon Squad, they were also based on some NBA players.
Because I think I remember
they were basically just monster versions of those NBA players.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like how the orange one was basically Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah, he was bald headed. Yeah.
Yeah. And
then the purple one in the original one was Patrick Ewing, and the short one was Bugsy.
The green one was that dude with the flat top. I forgot what his name
was. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So then that was Patrick Ewing then.
Yeah, and then the stupid blue one was just that one tall guy.
Okay, yeah, okay. So that makes a lot more sense now that I'm, looking at the details and everything.
Yeah.
So would you recommend anybody else watching it?
I actually would, yeah. If they it's kind of like those turn your brains off type of movies, but it's just, we're there to have fun. We're not there to have some high art experience. We're not here to list off the politics or the morality or the duality or something.
Yeah, man.
We're just here to watch a basketball game with the Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah.
And LeBron James.
Simple as that.
Speaking of the Tunes, let's talk about the Tunes again, because it's good to see them again. Mm-hmm. It was good seeing something Space Jam on the big screen for the first time, because I never saw the original Space Jam in theaters.
I think I saw it on tape for the most part.
Yes.
I think that was in 95. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was just born when it came out or whatever. So I think I caught it 2 years later.
Right.
I guess.
Let's start with Bugs. Bugs, his motivations in this movie were pretty they were nice. He just wanted his team back.
He wanted his family back.
He wanted his family. Like I said, you never turn your back on family.
I'm gonna just put Vin Diesel's face every time we talk about family.
Please do that. Yes, do that. He ain't even gotta be smiling. He gotta be mugging like how he does them. But he just wanted his team back after Don Cheadle just scattered them to the reaches of the serververse, and LeBron was only concerned about getting all these all-stars, these superpowered beings, these cosmic beings, like Iron Giant, Superman, King Kong, them on the same team.
We gotta talk about the Easter eggs after this.
Yeah, we got to. Daffy Duck, I was thinking about this on the way over, and I was talking to you about it. He was kind of a better coach to the team than LeBron was being. Because LeBron he was just telling the guys, don't be yourselves, basically. We got to play
fundamentals.
Fundamentals. We're not called the fundamental tones.
This dude's doing impressions over here.
Yeah, but Daffy, he tried somewhat.
Yeah.
It was weird seeing him on the sidelines, though.
Yeah, I thought he would be in it.
His presence was there.
Right.
Because I thought he was going to be playing the game, because every poster you see, Daffy's wearing the jersey, but he's wearing a suit in this movie, and he's coaching the Tunes. He's not the leader, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the honorary leader.
Yeah, honorary.
Yeah. So the Easter eggs. So
all the Easter eggs. There's so many.
If you watch the movie, you'll understand that um, LeBron in the beginning he gets a meeting with the Warner Brothers company, and spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler.
Yeah,
alert.
we just.
I think a spoiler alert should go right there.
Okay, yeah, spoiler alert. So if you watch the movie, you'll understand that LeBron or whatever, he gets this big meeting with the Warner Brothers uh, company, and they want to introduce him to Warner Brothers 3000, where
they put his face in.
They put his person into all the Warner Brothers properties. So one of them that they showed was
Harry Potter and the
Harry Potter.
Secrets.
There you go, Harry Potter. They put him in Harry Potter and everything, and he doesn't like it. So
because, as he said, it's in a bit of self-aware humor that athletes and movies don't mix.
Yeah,
and they don't.
I mean,
you got people like The Rock, but he's everywhere at this point.
He's a wrestler. The wrestlers. I'm a wrestling fan, so I don't mean any harm when I say this, but to a certain extent, they act. So
wrestlers
act
is,
to a certain extent,
right? Like so, John Cena.
Yes. Fast 9.
Fast 9. Like they got a former wrestler for the adversary of Dom, just like Fast 5. But we're not here to talk about Fast 5.
We can talk about it a little bit after this, but we're talking about Space Jam. So back on track. He gets the meeting with Warner Brothers where they are able to scan his likeness into these movies. He turns it down, and so the AI
played by Don Cheadle.
Algae
Rhythm.
That's
a funny name.
Algae Rhythm, the AI in the Warner Brothers system. He gets upset and he brings LeBron James and his son into the Warner Brothers system.
And the only way, obviously, that he can get him back is to play a basketball.
Play a basketball game. That's how they tie the whole basketball aspect of the story back to basketball.
But this one's basically a video game vibe.
Yeah, so that's the thing. In the first one, they were playing basketball in Looney Tuneville, and now they're in the Warner Brothers world, I guess.
Right. They're
and
in
it's
the system.
Big video game system made by LeBron James' son.
Yes.
And so as LeBron James meets Bugs Bunny, Bugs brings him within the Looney Tune world and takes him through a whole bunch of different areas.
DC, Harry Potter, even Game of Thrones, of all things.
Yeah, I didn't realize a lot of popular franchises are made by Warner Brothers.
Right, Warner Brothers is probably up there with Disney as like the most known, most famous movie companies and whatnot.
Yeah,
I think they were. I wouldn't say they were rivals at one point, but they could be considered rivals because I remember in the first Space Jam there was a
Warner Brothers and
Disney.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a song that Jay-Z wrote where Bugs Bunny was rapping, and he made several shots. They made several shots at Mickey Mouse and Disney itself.
Oh yeah, I do remember you played that at work, and
right.
Yeah.
And Bugs Bunny is literally going off like, "Can a mouse write this? Does he have long furry ears like this?
I can just picture him
like this."
He's just pulling his ears up and everything,
and all that stuff. Like, what kind of Mickey Mouse organization goes to Disneyland? That kind of stuff. But back to the references.
Yeah. So like the first reference we get is Superman, right?
Yeah.
And so it was kind of cool just seeing both of them go
to the DC Comics world.
Yeah, and it's like you can tell the difference. Like it's not just Looney Tunes. You can see that they were drawn in like
DC
they were in the
style. Justice League style.
Exactly.
Like the Justice League cartoon we all grew up with.
Exactly.
But seeing Daffy as Superman, that gave me a Darkwing Duck vibe. Now that I think about it, because just like how Daffy was in that situation, Darkwing Duck, he doesn't do the hero thing for the fame or the glory. He was doing it for the attention. Wait a minute. He wasn't doing it for because it's the right thing. I should reword that. I didn't hear what I said. No. But yeah, he was doing it for the fame, the glory. He wanted it for the attention. Which is that's how Daffy is sometimes. He just wants attention.
And so then after that, what's the next one?
I think it was Mad Max, actually. That one was
clever. That
was. Putting Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote in a post-apocalyptic desert world where they're trying to kill each other is just... I love that. That was a good move by WB.
I haven't watched the whole... I think I might have seen like a good chunk of Mad Max.
My only regret of not seeing Mad Max Fury Road was I didn't see it in the theater because I had bought it. And I was just like, I wonder if this is any good. I watch it with some friends, and I'm just like, holy mother, this is really good. Like, this is some quality action. But anyway, then there was this other one where Foghorn Leghorn was Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That was just funny, just seeing him in a dress and the ponytail talking about winter is coming.
Yeah.
But the other reference that I wanted to talk about was Wonder Woman. That was a great sequence with Lola Bunny in the comic skin, and you see the flipping pages and the text bubbles.
Yeah.
Basically, if they did another comic book movie, kind of like how they did with Spider-Verse, but without the 3D, I would watch that. But I feel like certain people would get turned off by the fact that the pages would keep flipping and such.
Oh, like if they're just doing it comic book style like that, or just like the look of the comic book,
like the actual comic book style, but not like the Spider-Verse style where it's just like you see the
thwack
word bubbles,
and
the flash and all that stylization.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any movie could ever be like Spider-Verse. No movie could ever touch that. But still,
I just watched that again recently with my grandmothers and my mother, and it was still just as good.
It's going to age perfectly. It's going to be regarded as a classic in like 10 years.
Do you think Miles Morales deserves a live action?
I do. And I read an article right after I saw Space Jam that's saying the kid that played Dom James, he wanted to play Miles Morales. And honestly, I kind of see it. He could play Miles.
He might have to age
a bit, but he can play Miles in the MCU.
I was just think, let's just talk about that afterward.
Right.
And so then I think the most memorable one that I remember was the King Kong reference.
The King Kong. He
said, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
And then Kong's just like,
what?
Like, I've never in my life. Like, how you get disrespected twice this year? First, Godzilla just puts... And the Godzilla fanboys put some disrespect on his name, and then just Don Cheadle talking about King Kong
ain't got nothing on me. Oh, word?
Oh, word. Boy. And then another one I liked was after they win the game, because you'll probably never see this in a movie ever. You'll never see the Iron Giant and King Kong fist bump each other. Yeah. Like, that was just really cool.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, here's the middle one.
Okay. All right.
So I think this movie in general, like you said before, I just saw an article on the director of the original one.
Mm-hmm.
He was throwing shade at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Let me see here real quick.
I'm pretty sure everybody's got some shade.
Yeah, everybody got some stuff to say about it. It says the original Space Jam director reportedly is criticizing the new sequel. The truth is that LeBron ain't Michael. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. He wasn't trying to be Michael.
He's being LeBron James with the
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, with the Looney Tunes. I don't want to go to the shade room.
But basically, nobody can beat Michael Jordan.
I mean, yeah, nobody wants to beat Michael Jordan. It's just the fact that everybody forces them to.
Like they're like the fans are forcing them to live up to these great things or all that other kind.
Everybody can't beat Mike. Nobody can really top Mike. I think it's not Jordan's era. Yes, he's a legend. He is like the first NBA player that probably put basketball on a big stage. Yes. But LeBron, he's amazing in his own right. Let that man be great. Leave him alone.
I keep saying, like, the people who really, really dislike this movie, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but the people who really dislike this movie are either A, they either have legit criticisms that I can kind of get behind, but I still enjoy this movie. B, they're hardcore Michael Jordan fanboys, or actually, yeah, that's it. They're hardcore Michael Jordan fanboys, or like they were expecting like, oh yeah, and C, they're expecting just some great piece of art, or like I said, some duality of man or type shit.
This is not that type of movie.
The first one wasn't a masterpiece either. We just love it.
We were kids.
It people say it's, well, what am I trying to say? It's not really the best movie out there. We know the first Space Jam's not the best movie. Neither is A New Legacy, but we love it. We love it.
We are the 90s babies that grew up on it, right. And we loved it. But
you bet your ass, like, the entire culture has been showing up in jerseys, in Looney Tunes merch. I kid you not. We've been working at the theater. Literally everybody and their mama has been coming up in this theater, and I've been seeing Toon Squad jerseys left and right.
I've been asking. I'm like, everybody, yeah, like you said,
myself included.
I kind of asked a couple people like, where y'all getting these T-shirts from? I feel like they've either a girl told me like they got it off of Amazon, but I feel like some of these shirts they got to be homemade. Like,
yeah. I think
like,
some of them are
literally homemade.
Because I've seen shirts with like 2 Taz's and 1 Lola on them. Like, that's kind of. I don't want to disrespect you. I respect you for like trying to do something Space Jam related, but at least try to be consistent.
At least get like some original stuff. Don't just try to get it from your cousin from down the block that's good at making T-shirts.
And maybe your cousin down the block is good at making T-shirts.
But still, like, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
So we can talk about. Did you see Fast 9?
I never saw Fast 9, but I did see like some reviews of it. I've heard it's pretty dumb.
Have you watched any other one? Like any?
The only ones I've seen are like Fast and Furious 6 and The Fate of the Furious.
And that's the one after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that was the one where like. That's the one where like Dom betrayed everybody. Just to get his.
Oh yeah, because that's where Charlize Theron was in. That was the first time she was in the whole franchise.
Yeah, now she's getting a spinoff because the people behind Fast and Furious just want to keep this running.
That doesn't make sense,
it
man.
It really doesn't, man.
Because like, she's a villain. Villains that aren't that, I guess that don't leave a mark on the movie. They don't deserve a spinoff.
Exactly. Like, you got movies like Joker, you've got movies like Maleficent, Cruella. They're like
those are household.
Those are household names. They're like famous villains. And you're gonna make a movie about somebody who's been in this. Is
this gonna be like a backstory, whatever, of hers, or is this gonna be like?
I don't know. They haven't released any details on it. It could be a backstory. It could be like they try to make her a good guy. I don't know. I kind of don't care. I fell off Fast and Furious a long time ago, but I do want to watch Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay, I saw Hobbs and Shaw. That was a decent movie. I didn't really know much about both of them. I think they tried to tie in The Rock's Hawaiian, roots and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that was a nice touch.
While at the same time showing why the Fast and Furious characters are all of a sudden superheroes.
Yeah. How I think in that one, that was when he put he did the lasso onto the edge of the.
Yes.
Okay, I saw Hobbs and Shaw. That was a decent movie. I didn't really know much about both of them. I think they tried to tie in The Rock's Hawaiian, roots and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that was a nice touch.
While at the same time showing why the Fast and Furious characters are all of a sudden superheroes.
Yeah. How I think in that one, that was when he put he did the lasso onto the edge of the.
Yes. on the edge of the bridge, and somehow that car goes Spider-Man to the other side. But no, they also got stuff in that movie where Roman and Tej are driving on a bridge, and that bridge is about to fall.
Oh yeah.
And okay, so this is the car. This is the bridge. The car is right here. The bridge is about to fall, and you see this car just going straight like this, and somehow they make it up. What?
It was a lot of WTF moments.
That and them going to space.
Yeah, I was in the movie theater. Like,
what did you think about them going to space?
Hold on. Where is it? I was like, I definitely was like. It was a lot of WTF moments.
I feel like that image of Cat Williams is gonna have to.
That was Bernie Mac. That was Bernie Mac.
But still, that image of Cat Williams is gonna have to go up here. Where he's just like,
yeah. So yeah, it was like a lot of WTF moments in Fast 9 because Tyree, like you said,
the bridge.
The bridge
was falling, and they're still driving it up.
Yeah.
How?
It was that. It was the fact that the magnets. It was the fact that Tyrese he went and dodged death. You didn't see it. I'm talking to you.
I don't care about
okay. I'm like, it was a couple moments. Oh yes, yeah. I mean,
still,
if you haven't watched it right now by now,
it's the middle of July.
Yeah, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it somewhere. It's probably on demand or something now. So yeah, it was like a few WTF moments. It was the bridge. They were doing some like real like life-threatening things on the bridge. It was a part where
Dom hit a car with his car, and then that person falling just got caught.
Oh yeah, well it was like a lot of it was like the magnets they brought like this new gadget where they can
just catch cars.
Yeah, catch cars and stuff with the magnets and toss them with no problems and
these guys are superheroes. I don't care.
I believe now like it was that they brought that up in the movie.
Right, like I think it was like Ludacris just saying, "Are we superheroes?"
No, it was Tyrese that said that.
I was about to say.
Yeah, and then
like you got these racers and these criminals just why we got racers and criminals just stopping these international crime syndicates and whatnot.
They would have died if they were real people. Like if this is real life, they would have died by now.
Right, they would have died. I know some of the Fast and Furious movies require a suspension of disbelief,
but still, that's crazy.
I think seeing them drive up the bridge, that broke me for a second. Like, how do you do that? The bridge is falling.
Yeah, and then the whole space thing. When I heard that that Tyrese and Ludacris they went up to space. At first, I'm like, okay, so this is strictly in space. But it wasn't even like that. It was just the fact that they had to go to space to stop a satellite.
Yeah.
But that was it. Other than that, it was originally, it was like, this has to be like, I think they're doing one more movie before they like tie a bow around it.
Yeah. I hope they do because I've been hearing rumors and stuff that they want to cross over. These might be jokes, but I hear they want to do crossovers with stuff like Jurassic Park. They want to do a Transformers crossover.
If they do
that,
want to do
a musical.
I'm done if they do that. Cause
I literally saw Vin Diesel say he wants to do a Fast and Furious musical. The Transformers makes sense in a way.
With Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, because you got
the cars.
Yeah, the cars and whatnot. Maybe a little.
That would be
overkill.
Yeah.
But Jurassic Park? No. I mean, you own the same. These movies are owned by the same company, but Jurassic Park is a no-go.
No.
Then somebody said they could do time travel, but that's the no-no.
Yeah.
They can't do time travel. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, they can't do that. Test. Okay. So yeah, other than that, go ahead and plug your YouTube and your Instagram and everything that you want people to follow you.
All right. I just gotta say it.
I mean, yeah, just say to the camera.
Okay. Just you want to see my video tests and stop motions and whatnot? Just go to my Instagram at Alexander the Great. That's ALXNDER, the GR, the number 8. And if you want to see my YouTube videos and my trash first video, just go to youtube.com/Bullwinkle524. That's BULLWIN Kelly. You know how to spell Bullwinkle. You watch Rocky and Bullwinkle, and then the number 524. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right, you guys.
I got a pretty neat crossover coming up soon. I just need to get it done.
Crossover with who?
Pretty much everybody.
Okay.
Basically, the main kid from Kingdom Hearts is taking on Ultron from the Marvel Universe. And he has to assemble a ragtag team of heroes like Optimus Prime. He has to assemble Spyro. Even Tigger from the Honey the Boo universe. I'm not kidding. I'm working on the script
This
now.
sounds like Kingdom Hearts.
It pretty much is, but without being Kingdom Hearts, because half of these characters aren't Disney characters.
Right.
This isn't made for just because it's just it's not made to just be sent into some company. It's just made for fun. I'm about to reach 100 videos. I just want to do a 3-part thing where all these characters just fight each other. Like Iron Giant gets to fight a Transformer, or 3 Optimus Primes get to fight Megatron, or the Mandalorian gets to fight somebody.
Are you still doing the little Vine videos and everything?
On TikTok and whatnot? Yeah. I just haven't uploaded to TikTok in a long time.
Okay. I still have to follow you on TikTok.
Yeah, I gotta follow you back.
All right, guys. So that was episode 7 of the Mind of a Filmmaker Podcast. I hope to talk to you guys soon. Peace.